just heading over to see Chris because I want him to show me all the snares. We have a shed that is completely full of all of the snares that have been found on Sarabi, and I just want to show you so you can see the scale of how bad it actually is. It's crazy.
So what exactly do you want to know?
I want to see how many snares that you've got in there for one, and then I want you to show me how a snare works, please. So these are just the ones that we found on Sarabi?
Yeah, this is the first ones.
Wow! That is a big tangle of wires.
Then you get big cables that would be used to set for giraffes.
So how would that one work then, Chris? Would that be tangling, that'd be higher in a tree, would it?
Exactly the same principle as the normal snares, but I'll show you now.
Okay, awesome.
And then this is what they would use to cut and chop up the meat.
Oh, you found them on here too?
Yeah.
Are they the ones that you found in the tree trunk?
Yeah, they were hidden inside tree trunks. You can still see all the blood on the handles everywhere.
And so they hid the weapons in the tree trunk, so when they came back they were just there.
Already there, yeah.
And then I guess if they're not carrying them on them, then they can't get put in prison.
Wire I found under the ground, rolls of wire.
Whoa, that looks like really good quality wire as well.
Yeah, they buried that. When you do come back to set more snares, they've got the wire there as well. Snare. And then if you look here closely, you'll see that's tree bark. So how this works is they will bind a loop like that. It's just a normal loop. If I'll show you on this side. They will just make a normal loop and then swing it around.
Yeah.
And then they'll take the other end and just put it through. There you can see the loop. And
yeah,
the wire
yeah.
goes through.
It's just like a slip knot.
A slip knot, exactly. And then they'll use two trees, usually on a pathway where animals would walk. They'll tie that around the tree trunk, usually a biggish tree.
So they follow the tracks to see where they're going before they set the snare.
Pathways in the bush. You can
Oh,
see
you mean the bits that I walk on?
Yeah. Then they'll open it like that. They'll use the tree bark to tie it there.
Yeah, you don't want to set a real snare, but... Oh, okay, so there's like a huge loop.
They'll use this one on another side like that.
So
if
they make it...
the animal comes through, his head will go through, it will break, and it will tighten.
Oh,
And yeah,
gruesome.
eventually it will start cutting into the flesh.
How long would it take to choke if you were impala? If it's set right?
It doesn't matter if it's set right, it depends how much the animal would stress.
Mm.
But I'd say an average of about 2 hours, then they'll die.
That is a long, long time to be in pain.
But the ones with they get caught on the legs, take about 8 months.
Because of the gangrene and the infection. And I guess you can't just keep finding that exact animal to treat it because there's...
No, it's hard. And they run off.
Yeah.
They stressed so much it doesn't even help.
And the herd animals, so you can't just separate them and have them in quarantine or anything.
Okay, so now you've got the normal snare, that's for impala or smaller game.
Yeah.
Then you've got the bigger snares like this.
That's huge.
Which would be a cable. And they would use this. This would be for eland now, but you can get the same size cable used for the giraffes as well. So yeah, there you have it.
So is this the main way that people would try and come and steal game meat?
These days, yeah, they use the snares. But you've got the syndicates going, organised crime.
Yes.
And those guys are actually driving by on the main roads. If they see bigger game like your eland, your giraffe, they'll shoot them and then take off.
Oh, right.
Then they'll come back in the evenings, and then in 15 minutes they've cut it up, loaded it, gone.
Wow.
And that's about a ton.
That's really efficient.
So
So with the shootings, is that where you rely on vultures?
yeah, we do rely on vultures mostly.
Because vultures...
At the end of the day, everybody's getting their own anti-poaching units, guys in the bush the whole day.
Yeah.
Because the poachers have started poisoning all the predators, your vultures, hyenas, jackals. It's to prevent us from seeing the vultures and hearing the hyenas at night.
That's horrific.
So yeah, they are really organized, and it takes a lot of time and effort to get these guys under control.
And money.
And you can't really catch them. It's a losing battle. All you can do is remove the snares and hope for the best.
It's like treating rather than curing.
Yeah, it doesn't help. But
And
if you remove one poacher, the next one's going to come in.
the ones that come in and just get meat for themselves, is that because they're hungry, or?
Yeah.
So they're
Mostly.
just very poor.
Yeah.
But then there's other people that come in and get it
Yeah, but
to sell.
you see, the problem is, even if he's hungry, he puts in 100 snares still.
Because of the odds of catching the animal in time.
And he leaves the snares, he doesn't take them out again. So eventually you do end up killing 50 odd animals.
That's ridiculous.
From one guy being hungry for 1 month, killing for 1 month.
That's ridiculous. So it's a huge problem.
Massive. And it's not only here, it's everywhere in the country.
How do you guys feel about the fact that this whole kind of area is all divided now and fenced up? Like people own the land.
Okay, it's a simple thing as the way I hate him. He doesn't feel well.
He doesn't care that it's all.
Because if there can be an open space, people will just kill everything.
You're saying that people, they don't have a sort of balance as to how much you can take. There's no concept of how much you can
They
take.
just go for everything.
Wow.
Yeah. And
Wow.
then one day you'll not have a visitor to come and see animals in South Africa.
So really you actually need somebody here all the time to police it.
Yeah.
This is your man.
Yeah. That's where James comes to protect the animal.
Yeah. It's kind of sad, isn't it, really? It's just one more example of the way the world's going with people. We have to have this thing called ownership, and if we don't own something, then it almost doesn't matter. It's like half of the ocean's trashed because nobody owns it. It's really depressing. We don't really know the balance.